This portion of this presentation is brought to you by Avakin.com. You can also check out their subreddit, Avakin Life, by clicking on the description field below. Definitely check out the community. They are active every single day, and they are listening to your suggestions. Come on, have a good time, and just let them know that CJ and Love You sent you. What's going on for my fashionistas and the coolies of the Coolie Nation? I am here to talk to you guys about a giveaway that I'll be doing for 10 winners to receive some extra credits for this new app called PeepU, courtesy of peepu.net. It lets you send animated videos with anonymous messages to any phone number here in the United States. The credits that you'll be winning will allow you to send more messages for free from PeepU. Now, in order for you to be eligible to win, you must live in the United States, have an iPhone, iPad, or an iPod Touch. Now, this application is for free for you to download, and all you have to do for 10 winners is just to write the word PeepU in your Instagram username in the comment section below. All you have to do is just check out the link in the description field and just go to peepu.net. Just check that place out. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you guys, and good luck to the 10 winners. Greetings and salutations to my fashionistas out there. This is CJ Lovelace for the Material World Volume 7, and I bid you welcome to my replica of the Living Single set. Yes, this episode has been a long time coming. I will hope everybody out there had a very lovely Thanksgiving break, because I had a tremendous time. However, we're going to go ahead and kickstart on what this episode is about. And what you see here, yes, I state living single. And I want to talk to you about how I was just really been inspired by the sitcom, by the show. And for those that were born in the 80s or earlier and was transitioning into the 90s, we were blessed with some of the best sitcoms to ever come about on TV at the time. And that can be disputed, but the thing of it is that the ratings did not lie, and Living Single was definitely one of them. And Living Single was really one of my true all-time television shows. I want to give a shout out to the cast out there that was really did it back in that day. So I wanted to really kind of wing around some fashions that really expressed each and every character, but not necessarily replicate the character alone, but more so to really kind of spring around some fashions I was inspired by, because some of the women on there, and even some of the males, were really did it when it came to their fashion, especially Kyle Barker. He really kind of spoke me in a sense. Now, keep in mind, I'm not going to really showcase all the styles in this presentation. If you really want to check that out alone, do so by going to my Material World Facebook page, and of course the group that I'm in. Now you can also go to the subreddit, where I will definitely post some of the fashions there and give more of an in-depth thought on that. Now first I want to talk about Khadija. Now her style was very inspired on the character that she really portrayed. Khadija James, she was played by Queen Latifah, and the thing of it was that Khadija was very more of the common sense person of the group, or the matriarch of the group, really, because if anybody had any problems, they had to go to Khadija. Anything that revolved around problems, they would go to Khadija, because she was the one that could really purvey some wisdom, if you will. And she was very goal driven. She was also very strong. She was a strong woman, and the thing of it was that you could really see some of the eggshells that really cracked when it came to the lack of guy in her life, man, because every dude that she would go to, it was really try to compliment who she was, but at the end of the day, someone could, she really needed someone that could really meet her on her level in terms of just the sense of humor, the type of character she was, especially when she faced off against, one of the women from the NBA, from the WNBA back at that time. I think her name was Cheryl Miller. And the thing of it was that, there was no other dude that could really support her except for her childhood friend Scooter. So you could really see some of those aspects when it came to fashion, the type of character that she really was. You could definitely see in her work. You could definitely see when she was at home. At home, she was more of she was really neatly clothed. So you could definitely see it in this style here in terms of the jacket, in terms of the jeans, the sneakers. It really spoke Khadija, so, but definitely check it out. Here's some of the items that I've used this outfit. Next, I want to talk about Sinclair James, which is the cousin of Khadija, and I want to really just kind of reflect on her fashion here, especially in Avakin life. And I have to tell you that she was a challenge. She was the most challenging person that I could ever portray in Avakin life in terms of her fashion, not just the character, unless you want to talk about the character's strengths in said fashion. And the thing of it is about Sinclair is that she was very naive. She was a very sweet person, and she could come off as sarcastic at times if someone was to try to take a snipe at her, But the thing of it was with Sinclair overall was that she really embodied the strengths of a very sweet natured, loving woman that really truly cared about the people around her. And she could really be innocent also, but she was a woman of many talents too. So the thing of it was about Sinclair was that she was very eccentric, and that's what I really want to kind of portray with this outfit in terms of just the shades, the hat, and one of the most forgotten brands that is in Avakin life, which is the mock cloth clothing, because you can't necessarily find that in you couldn't necessarily find that in the brand in the brand section of the store. However, you would have to go into the clothing section and then hit the outfit tab, and then you have to scroll all the way down, and you'll definitely find some of the dresses there, such as the Chi Chi London Sweetly Celebrated Fit and Flare dress, which costs 699 Avacoins. Next, you have the Nebula, which is the hairstyle that I used to really kind of shorten it up a bit when it came to Sinclair, because her hairstyle was really varied in the show, and that cost also 699 Avacoins. And then you have the La Dolce Vita Aqua Vivetta sunglasses, wow, which cost 899 Avacoins. And I say wow because I couldn't believe I even said that properly. And then you also have the La Dolce Vita Caparilla hat, which is the centric part, which is the 899 Avacoins. And then finally you have the Cloud9 Rose Gold Barely There heels, which cost 336 Avacoins, which was on sale at the time as of this production. Now, overall, what was really hard was that Sinclair was really the most clothed out of the four. And there's times that, yeah, she may show a little bit of her skin in terms of just the arms and maybe the legs, but most of the time she just really covered up, and you could really definitely tell that in this particular fashion. Now, you do see the legs really are revealing. I put some stockings on it, but overall, this is just something that you could truly uniquely check out on on your own. But this is the Sinclair style. Maxine was really the sharp-tongued person of the group because she really made trouble towards Kyle, and she was definitely really the person that was comfortable in her own skin. And to really be honest with you, I really did have a different style on this character, but my thing of it was that I want to really play on some of the revealing, maybe just do something a little revealing, and I could definitely see Maxine in a style like this. But she would really wear anything from a blue jean jacket to really some really nice, neatly pressed, very clean, very chic work clothing. Definitely when it came to her being a lawyer, she would wear some nice business suits, really some nice trench jackets and whatnot. It was really nice, and the thing of it was that you can't really necessarily truly try to replicate the 90s with some of these styles in Avakin life, but you could really kind of maybe portray the strengths and the aspects of that fashion of that era. And in this case, I really wanted to really showcase the strength and the aspects of the character alone and not just replicate that said character. So this style, Maxine, comes in many forms. So the rest of the styles you have to really kind of see on the like page, and definitely go over to the, if you're on Facebook, definitely go over to the like page and definitely see some of the styles there, because really I would say she was the second hardest person, really the second hardest style to really come up with, because there's just so much you can really do with this, with the styles alone. And there's many I could really just name Maxine, so definitely check that out. The hairstyle, however, it really works wonders, and I really kind of wonder why nobody doesn't truly explore that style. So, but nonetheless, Maxine. Lastly, you have Regine Hunter. She was by far my favorite character from the show, next to Khadija. And not knocking the other two characters, but Regine was really, I was really a fan of that character, mostly because just how really centric she was, but she also really portrayed the definition of bougie. She was really a bougie character. And the thing of it is about her is her fashion really truly brought out the person Kim Fields, who was really transitioning from being 2D to just being that particular character. And the thing of it is about Regine was that she was very money hungry and things like that, and she was really the type of woman you really want to avoid as a man, so I have to say thank you Regine. So but nonetheless, she was definitely the most fashionable person of the show. She was really kind of revealing next to Maxine, but her styles were very, very towards boutique, So to really try to portray that in Avakin life was really, it was arduous, but not necessarily as Sinclair arduous, really. So to really kind of play on some of the fashion which really benefited Material World, I have to really dive deep into Bloomingdale's, because Bloomingdale's have really some of the nicest fashion in Avakin life, and it's not knocking any other brand, but here you could definitely see that some of the skirts were really were really accessible. You have some of the more accessible styles, and then front row with this particular shirt, I was like, man, instead of just showcasing a lot of cleavage, how about I can just wear a particular underwear to really kind of go nicely with the skirt. So I will definitely list the names here, so you can definitely check that out. The scarf, I will tell you what, there needs to be more scarf options in Avakin life. I would say that because I'm not meaning this in a bad way, but the genius of this particular type of item style in here was really brilliant, and it plays so well with this Regine style. Now, I couldn't really necessarily portray her hairstyle in this game. Instead, rather, I just really want to kind of just wing it a bit and just go with my own detail. And thus, you know, you could definitely still see the strengths of that character portrayed in this style, but it's not necessarily Regine herself. And that's why I really want to kind of remind you guys out there, you know, I'm not necessarily replicating the characters. I'm representing the fashions of said characters, and you really see the strengths within each detail of these styles. But nonetheless, this is Regine. So I am going to close out this episode of Material World Live Lookbook Volume 7 with Kyle, with Barker, rather. So this style really kind of leans towards that smooth, dapper, debonair of Mr. Kyle Barker on that show. And I wanted to really kind of portray that style. And this has really been a new thing for me, because I really kind of had to shed that signature style that I had on my avatar, even though I still have it with this cane. Nonetheless, I'm going to wrap it up for this edition of Material World Live Lookbook. And I want to thank and shout out to peepu.net for allowing me to run that contest for them. Be sure to check that out, guys. And if you are very interested, and for those 10, congratulations and good luck on getting those credits. Now, also want to give a big shout out to Lockwood. Thank you guys for really just believing in me. Thank you to each and every one of you guys out there for supporting this series and definitely supporting the Material World brand. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification settings on this channel, so that way you will get to know when I am uploading these this series on this channel. With that being said, on behalf of peepu.net, I am CJ Lovelace. By his grace and his name, Sho'Nuff. Thank you for watching.